The stock market year has ended. From tomorrow, 2023 will be archived as a year in which we witnessed both the failure of some large banks and the year of the explosion of artificial intelligence. After the worldwide advent of ChatGPT, the gold rush of artificial intelligence began. Suddenly, the market understood that the technological future was about to be overwhelmed and upset by the revolution of artificial intelligence. What software like ChatGPT, Bard, and similar have shown they can do is only the beginning of a true technological revolution that will affect the world at 360 degrees. Are you ready to discover what will happen to the stock market in 2024? Stay until the end of the video, and you will find out what our opinions are and how we intend to invest in 2024. Before continuing, we remind you to subscribe to the channel, put a like, and activate the bell to stay updated on new videos. Thank you. All sectors will be affected by this new industrial revolution, but it will not only concern the world of work but also the daily lives of all of us. This has generated a sort of hysterical gold rush and caused the prices of dozens of companies more or less involved in this transformation to skyrocket. Microchip manufacturers, companies related to cybersecurity, companies specializing in the cloud, companies specializing in data management and software creation have all grown incredibly in this 2023. The queen of this boom is without a shadow of a doubt NVIDIA, which in 2023 rose by 246%, truly impressive. Another company protagonist of the boom was Meta, which rose by 187%, and it seemed like only yesterday that the great gurus of the market stated that Facebook was now a dead social network with an unstoppable hemorrhage of customers, and that Mark Zuckerberg had now reached the end of the line, incapable of knowing how to manage his company. AMD up 138%, Arista Network up 100%, Palo Alto Networks up 111%, Tesla up 129% are just some of the companies closing 2023 with stunning growth. But there are many other companies that have grown very much, approaching the fateful 100% threshold. We wonder if all this will be sustainable in 2024. Are we certain that the power of artificial intelligence alone will be enough to maintain a market in full bull run? Are we sure that everything is going so well? Is the U.S. economy truly cured of inflation and ready to restart? Nobody has a magic sphere, and it would make no sense to make catastrophic predictions when the market, absurdly, has never respected the predictions of both the most expert analysts and the famous economic gurus. Everyone has their say, and often everyone says the opposite of everything, and when the market collapses or grows, everyone says they predicted it months before. The truth is simple. The economy, which has been severely strained by the fight against inflation, is not doing as well as it should. There is an imminent risk of a possible recession in the USA. On the other hand, Europe is not doing so well. China is slowing down, and this year too, its growth will be decidedly modest compared to past years. They too are starting to discover that it is complicated to be able to grow continuously, and they are having to face problems that they didn't think would concern them. The failure of Evergrande and the real estate crisis was only cushioned by the government. Otherwise, it would have created irreparable damage. India and other Asian countries, however, are growing, and there seems to be a sort of temporary change with the growth supported by China up to now. At an international level, the last few months have seen the situation worsen significantly. The dramatic events that have shocked Israel with the consequent war on Hamas have aggravated the already unstable situation, linked to the war in Ukraine, which now seems to stabilize in a war of position where no one is able to prevail over the other at the expense of continuous deaths between the parties. In this general climate, will the growing advent of artificial intelligence be enough to support the entire stock market? We do not believe we are faced with a bubble like the internet one, which deflates in a rather harmful way for investors, but we think that AI alone will not be sufficient to withstand the market from possible shocks coming from the real economy. In our opinion, it is likely that in 2024 we will see a certain more marked market correction in those stocks that do not have solid fundamentals but which have exploded more on the hypotheses of future growth than on their concrete ability to achieve them. As usual, then, there are sectors that the market has ignored or simply set aside, chasing the most trending ones. Therefore, is it likely that from a medium and long-term investment perspective, excellent business can be achieved by looking for healthy and solid companies that are leaders in markets with a certain future, or which in any case have already confirmed their validity and profitability for years? We have already heard some expert investors such as Ray Dalio or Warren Buffett put their hands on the future of the market by warning investors to be cautious because according to them there could be a collapse quite imminent. As we have already said, the market is always difficult to decipher. It is often downright hysterical, ending up exaggerating events of little relevance or ignoring others that in theory are very important. At this point, if you liked the video, we ask you to subscribe to our channel, put the like and activate the bell to stay updated on new videos. Thank you for your support. For this reason, we just have to operate with attention and intelligence without following fashions and trends too much. Otherwise, we always risk getting on board too late and then having bitter surprises. We must always evaluate and make sure that the companies we want to invest in are financially solid, that their business is a consolidated certainty, and that perhaps they operate in a crisis-proof or highly prospective sector. All this is not easy and requires study and effort. So be careful and avoid following the first guru of the artificial intelligence era who offers you stocks capable of growing tenfold in value. Be careful about investing in the new Amazon or on the new Nvidia because you risk hurting yourself a lot. However, in an intelligent stock portfolio, you can also invest a small part of your capital in companies that could have really excellent growth in the future. But always trying to understand if the company in question really has potential or is just an office with a desk and little more than he promises heaven and earth, but in reality he is only looking for money to survive. There are sectors, for example, such as biotechnology, capable of achieving unimaginable goals, also thanks to the developments that artificial intelligence can help them with. This is why going to discover companies that are not directly involved in the AI boom, but which could benefit from it will be a challenge in 2024, and these could be the new Nvidia or Meta. We want to conclude 2023 by sending you our best wishes and inviting you to take a look at our videos from a few months ago, where in a rather constant manner we spoke to you and described some companies that today may not have had exceptional growth, but which are constantly growing. And not by chance, but because they are selected based on their real value and potential. Companies like Brookfield Corporation, Enphase Energy, Muller Industries, Malibu Boats, Rollins, and Catalyst Pharmaceuticals are just some of the companies we believe in and have invested in. There are also others that are still cheap and will definitely grow. Others that are below our expectations, such as Paycom Software and InMode. But for the latter, no one could predict the tragic events of October 7th in Israel. In the next video, we will show the situation of our portfolio created in September 2023, so we will analyze the various positions. However, this is our way of operating and we do it calmly and transparently, showing both gains and losses. Perhaps we won't find the new Nvidia, but we will invest in companies of great value that have always shown very good growth over time. We wish you a good and happy end of the year, and look forward to seeing you when the market reopens to start a new and exciting 2024 in the US stock market. See you soon, investor.